everyone ready to play? Let us all bow down our heads. Dear Lord, thank you for today. Help us learn and protect everyone in this class. Amen.
So you may sit down. So now, good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, teacher.
How are you today?
Very good.
That's good. I hope everyone is ready to listen and actively participate in our lesson. Now, to check the attendance, may I call on the class leader? Instead, person answering. And very good. Since no one is out today, that's very good, very nice. And you will say perfect. Very good, very nice.
Perfect.
Good. Now, to guide us in our lesson, I have here the classroom rules. This is called the solar classroom rules. So, everybody read. S is for
Stay in your seat and help us.
O is for
Obey instruction.
N is for
Listen respectfully when others speak.
A is for
Always try your best.
R is for
Respect your classmates and your teacher.
So, I will divide the class into two. And this is the group 1 and that will be the group 2. So, to monitor your progress, I have here the incentive chart. So, every answer you make, we will give you a sticker and the group that will have the highest score will receive a reward after the class. Is that understood?
Yeah.
Very good, very nice.
Perfect.
Good. Now, let's first have the recall on our previous topic. We talked about the seasons in the Philippines. So, who can tell me what are the seasons in the Philippines? Yes, Miss Nahurin? There are two seasons on the right and left season. Very good. So, what is the local name for the southwest monsoon that brings heavy rain? Yes, Isna? How about that? Very good. Since you already know what is our past lesson, I have here a set of riddles. So this is called the riddle card. So can everyone read the first riddle?
I have a face but no eyes, and a soul that never dies. What am I?
What do you think is the answer? Yes, says sun. So can you go near says and put the sun? Very good. So says, why is your answer sun?
So my answer is because the sun shines and never dies and also has no eyes.
Very good. So for a second, can someone read?
I have many faces but no light. What am I?
Who can answer? Yes, Garbino?
Moon.
So can you start on Garbino and put the moon?
Yes.
Garbino, why is your answer moon?
Because the moon has different lunar cycles, lunar phases.
Very good. So for the last, who can answer? Yes, read first.
I'm a ball that's mostly blue. Home to every one of you. What am I?
What's the answer?
The answer is Earth.
Very good. So can you explain why is that your answer?
My answer is Earth because of the word home. We live on land.
Very good. Since all of you answered the riddle correctly, I will give you very good, very nice. Perfect. So, are you ready to discover? Are you ready to discover?
Yes.
Are you ready to learn?
Put the ball. What's this? It's a shadow. Why you guys want to stare? Try to follow the partially dark. Choose one of the dark shadow. And then put the ball in the the shadow areas on the sides and lagay mo group 1 the best group. On the best group
4 minutes left.
Ball,
Okay, first class. Kailangan before.
Go back to your conference seats. So since everyone is already done, we will have now our presentation. Since group 2 finished first, the group 1 will present first.
Will we? May stand.
Okay.
Good afternoon to each and everyone. We are the best group. So today I'm going to present our task and the activity that we observed. So first, we were told to shine a light at the surface. So we noticed that the light reflects or bounces off from the surface. Next is we were told to put the ball in between the light and the surface. And then we noticed that it formed a shadow. Now, in task 2, we were told to move the ball further and closer to the surface. We noticed that if the ball is closer to the surface, the shadow is smaller, but it's darker. But if we move the ball farther from the surface, the shadow is dimmer or lighter or weaker, but the shadow is bigger. So that is all for our observation. Thank you.
Very good, group 1. Can we give the group 1 that nice clap? N-I-C-E, N-I-C-E. Nice. 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 Again.
1, 2, 3, go! N-I-C-E, N-I-C-E, nice, 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 nice.
Next is the group 2.
So hello everyone. Present our presentation for our activity for the year. So for that, we were tasked to put the ball, and we assume this ball represents the moon, and this figure will represent the earth, while the flashlight will represent the sun. Now, we were tasked to put the ball or the moon between the finger and the flashlight, and when we are tasked also to move this ball farther or closer to the light source. Now we observe that if we move the ball or the moon closer to the finger or the earth, which is farther from the sun or the light, there is light emanating or there is a protruding light in the earth. But if you move the ball closer to the sun or the light, there is a complete shadow, meaning this when the moon is closer to the sun, this is where there is a complete shadow or the total darkness or there is brightness. Okay?
Yay!
Very good, group 2. Can we give the group 2 the good job clap? 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, so now let's discuss what you have observed and learned in the activity. So I want you to share your ideas and observation in the class by answering my questions. So first question is, how are the materials arranged in the setup? Yes?
We noticed that when we were arranging the materials, we placed the ball in between of the light and the surface.
Okay, so what do you think these materials represent? Yes, Mr. Akil.
The ball represents the moon and the surface of the paper is the earth while the flashlight is the sun.
Okay, then where do you think the sun, moon, and earth located in the setup? Yes, Mr. Akil.
Okay, so just like what I said earlier, the ball is the moon. It is in between the light or the sun and the surface or the earth.
Okay, so notice that the materials are arranged in a straight line, and this shows the correct position of the sun, moon, and earth during the solar eclipse. And in the activity, the flashlight represents the sun, the small ball represents the moon, and the paper represents the earth. And when the moon is in the middle of the earth and the sun, it blocks the light from reaching the earth. So based on the activity, what have you observed on the surface of the
the sun's light reaches the earth.
So yes, that's right. So when the small ball blocks the light, it represents the moon blocking the sunlight from going to the earth. And like I said earlier, these materials represent the sun, moon, and earth, which models the solar eclipse where the moon is in between the sun and the earth blocking the sunlight. So based on your observation, what have you observed when you move the moon closer and further away from the earth? Yes, Mr. Akini.
Based on my observation, when we move the ball closer to the sun or the flashlight, there was complete darkness leading to the earth, while if it was farthest from the sun or sunlight, then there is a fluctuating light side of it.
Okay, so when we move the moon closer to the earth, it blocks more light. So it makes the shadow appear more larger and darker. But when you move the moon further from the earth, it blocks less light. So it makes the shadow appear lighter and smaller. And this happens because the moon's distance affects how much sunlight is being blocked, which changes the appearance during the solar eclipse. So how does the sunlight reaching the earth changes when the moon is moved closer and further away from the earth? Again, how does the sunlight reaching the earth change when the moon is moved closer and further from the earth? Again, Mr. Akini?
If the moon is closer to the sun, again, this I complete darkness siya while when it is farthest from the sun, there is partial darkness or the shadow.
Yes, like explained earlier, when the moon is moved closer to the earth, it blocks more light, so less light reaches the earth. And when you move the moon further from the earth, it blocks less light, so there are more light reaching the earth. So the activity that you have done earlier shows how solar eclipse happen depending on the position and the distance of the moon from the earth. And the solar eclipse happens when the moon is between the sun and the earth, and it blocks the light from reaching the earth. And there are three types of solar eclipse depending on how much sunlight is being covered and the position of the observer. First, we have the total eclipse. The total eclipse when the moon completely covers the sun, and this occurs when the observer is in the umbra, or which is the darker and the central or the shadow bone shaped part of the shadow where the light is completely blocked. Then the next is the partial eclipse. This is when the only part of the sun is being covered, and this happens when the observer is in the penumbra, which is the lighter, and the outer region where the light is partially obscured, only leaving a hazy shadow. And lastly, we have the annular eclipse. This is when the moon doesn't completely covers the sun, and this leaves a bright ring of visible light called the ring of fire. So did everybody understand what is a solar eclipse and its different types? Okay, so based on our discussion, let me ask you questions. Check whether you have really understand our lesson. So again, where are the sun, moon, and earth located during the solar eclipse? Yes, Mr. Ahmad.
The placement of them is the sun, and then the moon, and then the earth. Or specifically, the moon is in between the earth and the sun.
So how does a solar eclipse happen? Yes, Mr. Ahmad.
A solar eclipse happens when the moon is in between the sun and the earth, causing it to block off the sunlight coming from the sun to reach the earth.
So what are the different types of solar eclipse? So why do you think we have different types of solar eclipse?
Because it depends on where the moon is, whether it's closer or further from the surface, or if it's blocking completely the sun's light or partially.
So now that you have understand, let's try to we have here gun paper, and you are asked to illustrate the correct alignment of the sun, moon, and earth, and label each part. So please, everybody, form a circle.
Okay, time's up. Just teachers just collect the output for the activity and listen to the instruction. Okay? Number one, do not throw your items. You can recycle them. You can use them later. Sayang din, no? You spend for that, keep it. Sirain. I don't know with other groups, tinabi niyo ba? Iba may recycle. Lalo na yung mga classroom rules, although may not be related, but you can still use that. Okay? Number two, post-conference will be next week. You will be coming next week because Friday we have an activity, academic council meeting. For some faculty lang naman, but majority will be attending. But you have exams pa next week? Okay. So, wala more exams. Anyway, we are still allowed because teachers will be here until next week. No? So, I will give the date, I will give an update of the date. But, because we still have defense, so baka magko-conflict lang, we'll just be updated and there will be no more written exam. But this will be the main basis of your finance. You understand? Okay? This will be so whatever my rating, whether it's good or not so good, yun na yun. So in other words, the disadvantage, sana pwedeng makabawi. Okay? But, I would like to congratulate everyone for finishing your teaching. I will give first, we will meet in class pa rin next week. I will give some general comments first. Kasi pare-pareho lang naman. Ayaw ko na siyang ulitin, no? By group. So after the general comments and observations, group, no? Group post-conference na. Doon ko i-address, no? Per person. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Okay, and your grade will just be given to you naman. Okay? So, is that clear? So, ulitin ko. Next week, no more written exam. I will be basing this as your final exam because number one, I've seen the effort, especially sa instructional material, very good. But I will be awarding one for the best instructional material. Okay? Malalaman natin next week. Okay? Madami akong comments, but I would like to get that para makatulong, especially when you have your practicum and for you to improve. Okay? Para mas improve pa. Okay? So, clean. Mamaya na, before I go, you have to make sure that the room is clean. Especially teachers for the day material. Okay? Another reason why there will be no more written exam, I've seen how everyone is cooperating. Who is absent today? Majority na. I have seen everyone cooperating. That's another reason. And with that, after all the teachings, let's give everyone a very nice good job class. Nako mo na yung binibigyan mo. Ching-ching. Okay, paano gagawin yan? N-I-C-E, N-I